Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you'll be safe.
Alright guys, how you doing today? We're going to do another one of these faction guides for GAC, and just trying to make your whole experience in GAC a lot more better, a lot easier for you to be able to win and counter the specific teams that we're going to be chatting about. So today we're going to be chatting about the Ewoks, and let's just check them out for a little bit and go to their tag and their faction. So the Ewoks are a really fun faction all around. There's only 5 we're going to be chatting about here. Maybe 6, because the main one here is, of course, leadership on Chief Chirpa. His leadership is really why this all works, and we'll get into like the Zeta order, the mods, and all that later on. But just we're gonna chat about, for the main ones, the main 5. We're gonna chat about Chief Chirpa, Wicket, Logray, Taplu, and Elder. Those 5 are really important, and I think we can start this by going over really easy Zeta order, guys. You really only need 1 Zeta on Chief Chirpa's leadership here. This is on his simple tactics. Basically what it says is whenever an Ewok ally uses a special ability, they have a 60% chance to call another Ewok to assist. And that's pretty nice. It really feeds a lot of extra TM to the team, because another thing to the leadership is whenever they use a basic, they gain 20% TM and deal 10% more damage. And the whole reason and the whole strategy to this team, this leadership with a 20% TM gain on the basic is really big. And another nice Zeta to have is Wicket's Zeta on his unique, the Furtive Tactic. I hope I said that right. I don't have it, and I'm really considering getting this in the future for GAC. The main reason is I would be using these Ewoks versus the crew team. But we'll get into a little bit later as well that it really depends on the modding of the crew team. If the crew is super high on HP and protection with a lot of tenacity and a lot of defense, that's probably a no-go for the Ewoks. However, if the crew is not so high HP, not too much armor, no defense really, you can pull it off. And I've been able to pull it off with my Ewoks at their gear levels right now. But this one here kind of negates you to not have to worry about the higher and better modded crew teams. I still think it would be problematic a little bit. But, as you get gear 12s, maybe even gear 13, a couple of them, I think you'd really beat a lot of different crew teams, and it would really make it so you can worry about using JTR, CLS, and all those guys elsewhere. And yeah, I just think Ewok's really fun, and this Zeta definitely helps. There's some other Zetas on like Logray and Taplu we can go over here really fast. So this one on Logray, it just pretty much says whenever he's there, an Ewok ally scores a critical hit, or whenever a Ewok ally scores a critical hit, that ally gains health up for 2 turns, and then all Ewok allies with health up recover 10% HP. So this could be a little bit, helpful in the crew teams, making sure you get more HP, so like the OG Kylo can't just like AoE you guys all down. But I don't think this is super important. I think the main 2 you want to look for is for sure the leadership on Chirpa, and for sure maybe if you do want to beat and have a higher chance of winning versus those better modded crews, you really need it with the Wicket Zeta as well. And then the last one here on Taplu, it's pretty easy here. It just says whenever he gains a stats effect, he gains 5% protection. So that's a nice one. It's kind of like a little crew leadership, but it only really goes for him. It doesn't go for anybody else. So that's kind of why Wicket's a little bit more important here. Whenever he's scoring a critical hit, he's giving all the other Ewoks HP and protection. So that's really the main one here, and the one you should be looking at if you're ever going to invest in a different Zeta other than the Chirpa Zeta. Okay, so we just kind of went over the Zeta order a little bit. Now we're going to go into the modding. The mods, pretty simple here. Let's actually go for the most important one here. The most important one here for when it comes to speed mods is Taplu. Taplu needs to be the fastest here so that he can get this ability going, Galvanize, and this one pretty much dispels all debuffs from Taplu and a target other ally. And then if the target other ally is Ewok, they are called to assist and they gain 10% TM. Okay, so the 10% TM is super helpful here. And when you're calling another Ewok to assist, you really want to be looking towards Logray. And the reason being is that with the Chirpa 20% TM whenever they perform a basic, that's actually going to be 30% TM, and that's going to guarantee you Log Ray to get 100% TM. And then you want to use this ability called Prophetic Visions. So that's really one of the main strategies here. So this can be kind of a mod and a strategy here. If you have your Paplu going first and foremost, giving that assist to Log Ray, getting the TM going, and then getting the Prophetic Visions going with even more TM, everybody on your team will be at almost 100% TM, and just get the train going with all like the extra crits from Wicket, all the extra TM from everybody else. I mean, this whole team is based around TM manipulation, really. So that is really what you want to look for here in the modding of Paplu. Going for a really just crazy bunch of speed. Mine's at 229. This is kind of fast for you guys. Another reason why you want to go for speed is because on his unique here, he gains 25% speed whenever he does not have a taunt. And at the start of the battle, he's not going to have taunt, so you're going to start off the battle with 25% speed, I guess you could say. Not TM. This is not TM based, this is speed. So just adding that on, it's going to be around, I think, I don't have the math on this, but it's going to be around the 280, maybe 290 mark. Maybe it's a little bit slower than that. I'm not sure. I think it's around that mark, but that is plenty enough to outspeed some FOOs, some first order officers. So Paplu just needs speed here. And then on to Chief Chirpa. You kind of want to go for more crit damage. Mine is not optimized for this to be like a super hard counter to a crew team. I would like it to be that way in the future. I think the best modding here is to go for more survivability on these guys. Not worrying too heavily on the speed because of all the extra TM gain that you're going to be getting with the Log Ray special. I think these guys just need a lot more offense so that they can, more easily burn through the crews and all the other people in the first order team, because this is really a main counter to the FO team. And really, I think just the best bet here is to go for crit damage, crit chance, and offense. Mine's only at gear 10 right now, so I can't really up his offense or anything like that without, sacrificing some of the HP and protection. So I went for more protection at a lower gear level. But if he was higher gear level, I'd probably go for more offense and crit chance and crit damage. Okay, so this is a really easy one, I think. This guy, you can really just mod him for a bunch of offense. Don't need to worry too much about, his other stats. Pretty much just load him up with crazy amounts of offense. Mine isn't crazy. It is pretty good. 3260 offense with pretty high crit chance as well, almost 65%. So if you have the Zeta on this guy, you want to make sure that he's critting all the time. That's really why the crit chance is super important, giving everybody extra HP and protection. And crit damage is really helpful as well. Don't need to worry about too much speed here because you will already be getting a lot of TM from starting off of the battle there with the assist from Paplu to Log Ray, and then Log Ray gives up all the TM based on his Prophetic Visions ability. So really on Wiki, just go for a lot of offense. This guy is going to be your main damage dealer, and you want to make sure he's doing that very well. Okay, Log Ray is pretty simple as well. Not as simple as Wicket, but for this guy, you kind of want to go for more heavy on the potency. Mine is not crazy high. I do think potency is super helpful for the main fact on his hypnotize ability. He's going to be inflicting daze on all enemies, and he's going to be removing some TM. So you really want to make sure that the dazes and the TM is sticking, so that you don't have to worry about, in the first order count, you don't need to worry about OG Kylo countering, or if they're running Stormtrooper, you don't want to make sure that they're countering either. So really, more potency is going to be the best bet here for you guys, and also just more survivability, more HP protection. I'm telling you guys, in these Ewok teams, a lot more offense and crit chance really does go a long way. But if they're not like high gear levels, I think it's a little bit safer of a bet to go for more HP and protection, especially if you have the Wicked Zeta. That's going to give you more HP and protection. So Log Ray, you really just want to prioritize the potency. And last but not least is Elder. So Elder's another easy one as well. He doesn't have really any crazy abilities besides his revives and his cleanse and his nice little basic here. He's not the damage dealer, he's a support. So really this is like the worst case scenario ability here. If somebody on your team, if one of the Ewoks does die, this is going to be your nice little res here. It's guaranteed res. There isn't any percent about it. The percent is, it says here, revive a random defeated ally at 40% HP with a 55% chance for Elder to gain the TM. So that's the only, percent stuff going on there. And then it says if the revived ally is an Ewok, they are called to assist. So there is a lot of extra assist here, which is just super nice for the TM gain with Chirpa's lead. So besides that though, this is another dispel of all debuffs, more HP there. And here it says you have a 60% chance to gain 50% TM, grant other Ewok allies half that amount, and grant other allies 10% TM. So the Ewok allies do have a 25, or they have a 60% chance to gain 25% TM. So that is really big. There's a lot of extra TM on this team. So I really think the best bet here is to just go for a bunch of HP and protection. Mine's only around 60k altogether. I would love to bump this up a little bit more. And I also think it's super helpful if you could bump up the armor as well, and also the tenacity. This is kind of how you would want to mod a crew, in a sense where you want him to be super tanky and make it so that he's always going to be almost like the last one standing in all these battles. So HP protection on this guy with a lot of tenacity and a lot of armor. Those are really the main things that you want to be looking at when it comes to Elder. So I know I don't have, right now with my Ewoks, they're not ideal for the mods. I do like to have my Palpatine the fastest just to ensure that if the guy I'm fighting does have a poorly modded crew team, I can definitely still pull off the win. It doesn't matter too much about how the battle goes. As long as he's really squishy, I can definitely kill him earlier on and the battle still is good. So if you guys don't have, like, let's say a Logray, you don't have maybe, let's say, maybe you don't have Paplu. Probably don't want to use this versus a really good crew team, but you can still pull it off versus other teams. I've been using, without Paplu, I've been using this versus some Newt teams with the Geos. This was before the Geo rework, so I was able to pull it off still. And I typically use Tebow. If you do like Tebow, he's a great character here. His whole kit's about removing TM and a lot of stealth as well. Partnering him with Wicket is super helpful because whenever you're calling in to assist with Wicket's special ability, calling in Tebow is not a bad idea because he's going to gain stealth, and if he does have stealth, he removes 100% TM, which is awesome. And not only that, but he gains another stealth here. Ewok allies gain 100% TM, and Tebow gains stealth. So there is a lot of TM with Tebow. And this one, it deals unavoidable damage to the target enemy and dispel all buffs. And if any buffs were dispelled, they remove 60% TM. So this guy is not a bad Ewok, guys. I actually prefer this guy over Scout. A lot of TM manipulation. If you were to run this guy in the team, I would definitely go for a high potency here with a lot of HP and protection. So not that bad there. And then if you do not have Logray or Paplu and you have Scout and Tebow, just load this guy up similar to Wicket in the sense where you want a lot of HP, or not a lot of HP, you want a lot of crit chance, a lot of crit damage with offense, making sure he's landing the crits, and just calling in the assists. So that's kind of how you want to go about the mods. So this was from a previous stream here, guys. We're going to just rewind a little bit. This is a crew team we were fighting with the Ewoks. And we're going to just look at the crew, and this crew was not modded well. 35% or 35k HP, protection's not that great, and the armor is very weak as well. So this was an easy Ewok counter here, and we're going to just pull them in really fast. We're going to use Chirpa, Wicket, Logray, Paplu, and Elder. So yeah, this is a pretty easy battle. The strategy here is you want to go with Paplu first. You want to call in to assist Logray getting the TM, and then get up Prophetic Visions, more TM, and basic away. Pretty easy stuff. Everybody is almost at full TM here. That special with Chirpa is going to give everybody else more TM, and everybody's at 100% TM right now. So now you want to just pretty much go after him. This one was super squishy, so I was kind of going to go for him first. So now he's dead, which is actually really huge. Now we can just focus down Executioner. This one I know was not versus a full First Order team, okay? But there are some where you're just not going to be able to see that. And honestly, it's not that big of a deal. If there was an officer and a FOST, same thing. You still want to go after FOX first after, if you are able to kill crew, that is. If you're not able to kill crew and he has a little bit heftier HP protection, you kind of want to go a little bit different of a turn order and kill order. First order officer is going to be feeding a lot of the TM, so if you can go after him first, that's super helpful. But this one we didn't have him, so we're going to just kind of work down on Executioner first. But this is kind of just a general idea of what it's going to look like. I don't have too many battles with this team because I don't use them all the time, but when I do happen to see a crew team that's not really good modded, I'm super able to, and it's really easy battles actually to finish them off. So yeah, we now killed crew. We got FOX out here. We're gonna just go for I think we're gonna go for just OG Kyler right now. He has no retribution. It should be pretty easy. So yeah, the mods here, you can see that all the days are sticking from the high potency on our log ray, and a lot of damage is being dealt by Wicket from his high offense stats and his CD and CC. So yeah, this is, you know, still work in progress of a team for me. I would like to get these guys a little bit higher geared and a little bit better, you know, mods as well. I think if I can get Wicket Zeta and get him at least gear 12, maybe gear 13 if I really want to go that far, I think I'll be able to win a lot of the crew teams because that guy's going to be hitting like a truck. And if I can get the other guys, you know, gear 12-ish or even, you know, gear 13, that would be a super nice counter for crew. And then, like I said earlier in this video, it would allow me to use, you know, JTR CLS in other spots of my GA. But here we go. We got 55 banners this time in our GA. And if we did have Wicket Zeta, we would have gotten a lot more HP and protection. We would have probably gotten around a 60 banner count if I were to guess. And that's really great banners. 55 is not the best, so I really think Wicket Zeta is going to be nice to, you know, make sure you get more banners, which banners is really why you win and you want to be more efficient in these GAs. So guys, that's going to be it for today. We went over the Zetas, we went over the mods, and we went over the strategy for this whole Ewok faction. I would like to see more Ewoks added in the game. I think that would be awesome. These are a really fun faction to play with. And really the main one you want to focus on is Chief Chirpa's leadership for the Zeta. If you can, you want to put one on Wicket. That's not bad at all. That's really great actually. For the mods and how you want to mod them, the highest priority is for sure Palplu's speed, and then also Wicket's damage. I think that Chief Chirpa, you know, making him a little bit faster and getting up his AoE, or not his AoE, but his call to assist, that really helps out, you know, getting even more TM on the team. So, you know, I'm not saying this is going to be, you know, the god tier mod setup, but this is just what I like to use and what I've been, you know, finding a lot of success with in my past GAs. So there you guys have it. If you guys enjoy, leave a like, share, and sub for more type of content. There's a Discord and a Patreon if you guys want to check those out. But that's going to be it for today, guys, and I will see you later.
Nice.